The Garden of Sinners, Chapter 7, A Study in Murder, Part 2. So, despite being called Part 2, this really just wraps up the serial killer arc that started the whole series. Basically, the serial killer has reappeared, they're chopping up bodies. Who is it? Is it Shiki? The whole thing is sort of set up as a sort of noir-style detective mystery, to the point where the dialogue is even written as a stereotypical noir-style detective mystery. It's not good. The dialogue in this series continues to be fucking garbage. Regardless, we focus more on Kokuto in this one, and he is essentially, it seems like, changing his opinion and beginning to suspect that maybe the killer is Shiki. So he's investigating Shiki throughout this one, who is, because they constantly see a woman, or they constantly see a person in a kimono in a red jacket near the killing. So Kokuto's like, okay, I need to make sure it's not Shiki. So he's investigating Shiki. And spoilers, surprise, surprise, I've been right the entire time. It wasn't fucking Shiki. Who was it? It was some fucking blonde guy who dresses like Shiki. He's wearing a red jacket. That's where I got the problem, where there's like constantly blonde dudes wearing red as the villains in this. This blonde dude is apparently like the upperclassman of Kokuto and Shiki, who supposedly talked to Kokuto the night he found Shiki standing over that dead body. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, considering we see Shiki standing in front of a decapitated corpse that is literally still spraying blood all over the place, I don't think we ever get a resolution to this, because that guy could not possibly have been in that scene. Like, he would have had to have killed a guy, ran the fuck off, then Shiki would have had to have rolled up. While the blood is still spraying, there's only so much blood spray that's going to come out of a person. So I don't think we ever get a resolution of the scene, but it doesn't fucking matter. Supposedly, here's their upperclassman. The show, it, like, builds this up as a reveal, like, did you think it was this guy? And the whole time I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't recall seeing this guy a single time throughout the entire movies. Maybe he is in, like, movie 2, maybe he's in the original Murder Speculation, but not enough to be in any way memorable. And I want to be clear, I do remember one of the upperclassmen from the original Murder Speculation, which is like this tall brown-haired guy that Kokuto was talking to Shiki about, and this guy like reappears, I think, in this movie. So I do remember some of the upperclassmen who have some sort of names, but this blonde dude, I swear to fuck this guy did not appear, and if he did, it was in a single scene, and yet they build this up like this is some big reveal. It's like, did you expect blonde guy? No, you fucking morons, why would I expect blonde guy? Oh my god. Anyway, regardless, in this movie, while trying to investigate Shiki, Kokuto ends up doing some drugs. Now, we find out what specifically this cocktail of drugs is, and it's the stupidest thing you've ever fucking heard. First off, put another notch in, the fucking creators don't know how drugs work. We're tackling drugs now. This one, they didn't feel like they weren't satisfied with Oblivion Recordings drug tackling. So we're really getting into drugs now. So the drugs that they end up having in this is a combination of acid and marijuana that's 10 times more potent than regular marijuana, but also not addictive. And also mixed with the serial killer's blood, which I need to point out that they chose two of the least dangerous drugs they fucking could. They could have picked, first off, they didn't have to say what drugs they were. They could have made up some sort of fantasy drug, and then they could have given it whatever fucking property they wanted. But they specifically wanted to be realistic enough to choose drugs, and they chose acid and marijuana. And I'm not shitting with you when I say that Shiki fights the serial killer in a field of pot in this movie. That happens. There is a fight scene in a marijuana field. And it's so over the top. The direction on it's fucking dumb. At one point, the camera flips completely upside down during one of the fight scenes. And I want to be clear, the characters are standing on the ground. It's just the fight choreography in this is so fucking bad that it felt like the director felt the need to flip the camera upside down. It's so, oh god, it looks so bad. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't realize I had this many problems with the movie until I started fucking talking about it. Anyway, after Kokuto runs around the entire thing, trying to follow after fucking Shiki, we get this, like, really creepy sexual assault scene where this guy is, like, licking on Shiki and just spewing out an impossible amount of saliva, which then when Shiki decides she's gonna go full murder mode, just evaporates off of her body instantly. I need to be clear, it's like this man has dunked an entire bucket of spit on her while he's like biting her and like ripping her clothes up with his teeth and like sucking her tits through her fucking clothes. And then the second Shiki gets mad, the saliva evaporates. I don't even understand how that works. Shiki doesn't have fire powers. She just has murder eye. Anyway, so the fucking whole thing about this is Kokuto's like, murder's wrong. And Shiki's like, but I really want to kill someone. I just like really want to do it. And the movie talks about how you can only kill someone once in your life. And the basic idea is like once you like actually murder someone, you've basically killed yourself in the same process. So from that point on, it becomes slaughter. This, I'm going to be honest, the philosophy that this gets into, it doesn't matter at all and is fucking stupid. Like, I feel like it's trying to make a point and it's trying to be profound, but it's really dumb. Like, it's just really dumb. Anyway, doesn't really matter. They have a fight, and I need to talk about this. Shiki fucking kills this guy. Now, I need to be clear. The whole point of Garden of Sinners is that Shiki really wants to kill someone. Kokuto's like, hey, don't kill anyone, and then she kills someone. And the ending arc of this, ending with Shiki killing someone, feels like it undermines the entire point of the character. Like, Shiki is more interesting if she's trying to repress her killing urges and using Kokuto as a sort of grounding anchor to keep herself stabilized. The second she actually kills someone, the whole conflict deflates, and Shiki is basically not a character anymore. It's a bafflingly bad decision to have her actually kill someone at any point in Garden of Sinners. What the fuck were they thinking? Anyway, rewind back to the ending scene of Murder Speculation. We do get to see Shiki get hit with a fucking car. It is hilarious. She gets hit with the car, then flies up in the air, and then flops down onto the ground like a fucking fish. I feel like it was, the scene slows down before it happens, and it feels like it was trying to be dramatic. And it feels like it was trying to like really hit you in the feels, but I need to be clear. It is so stupid the way it looks that I literally, actually, genuinely laughed out loud when she was hit with this fucking car. It would have been so easy, much easier, to just, here's what you do. She falls backward into traffic, then the screen goes black. Maybe the screen goes black and you hear the sound of a car, or the screen goes black and you hear the sound of her hitting the car, or the screen goes black, then you see a flash of light and then you hear the sound of a car, or the flash of light happens and you hear the car and then she gets hit. Some combination of those things so that you don't see Shiki get fucking tossed into the air like a fucking fish and then flop down onto the ground. It looks so stupid. It looks so stupid. But let's rewind to the point where Shiki is going to kill Kokuto back in the original Murder Speculation. Turns out, how did he survive this? Well, the fucking wizard man from Paradox Spiral shows up and saves him. Now, I need to be clear about this because I don't think the movie explains this. I have no idea why Wizard Man saved him. Because let's rewind to what Wizard Man's goal was. He wanted to destroy humanity using the Akashic Records. To do that, he required the fucking Mystic Eyes of Death Perception, which were possessed by Shiki. But Shiki unlocks the Mystic Eyes of Death Perception through getting hit by the car in this scene. Which means that this man had no association to Shiki. The only reason he would have anything to do with Shiki in this situation is if he knew that Shiki could unlock the Mystic Eyes of the fucking Death Perception. But he has no reason to save Kokuto. Kokuto doesn't benefit him in any way. He has no relation to Kokuto. I don't even think this man interacted with Kokuto at any point during Paradox Spiral. So this man rolls up, prevents Shiki from killing a guy, and in order for this to have somehow benefited his goal from destroying humanity, he had to have known that stopping Shiki from killing Kokuto would involve her throwing herself into traffic. He had to know she would survive getting thrown into traffic, and he would have to know that getting thrown into traffic would cause her to unlock the Mystic Eyes of Death Perception in 2 years. It is so unbelievably stupid, it makes my head spin. Part of me, while I'm reviewing this, thinks I might hate this movie. The problem is that, I think the reason I hate the writing of this movie in general, it's really bad. It is, irredeemably bad. Every aspect of this movie is fucking bad. There's no way around it anymore. There's no being nice to the Garden of Sinners fans. This is bad on every level. But I think the reason I can't bring myself to fully hate what happens in Study in Murder Part 2 is because this movie actually manages to become so fucking bad that I was laughing out loud at several points. Like, it wraps around into being almost an enjoyable experience because it is so fucking poorly written. Twitch and Discord in the description. I've been Sacrobolic, your envoy of hope. Bye-bye.